Hi, welcome to my channel. Now we uncover the untold story of the Silk Road, the ancient superhighway that connected the world. Introduction. Thousands of years before airplanes, ships, and the internet connected humanity, there was a path that wove through mountains, deserts, and cities, a route that became the lifeline of ancient global trade. This was the Silk Road, the world's first true international network. Stretching from China to the Mediterranean, it connected east and west in a way no route had done before. Along this road, silk traveled westward, while gold, glass, spices, and ideas flowed eastward. But the Silk Road was far more than just a trade route. It was a bridge of civilizations, shaping the course of human history for over 1,500 years. The birth of the Silk Road. The Silk Road began during the Han Dynasty of China around the 2nd century BCE. Emperor Wu of Han sent an envoy named Zhang Qian on an expedition to the west to find allies and discover new trade routes. Although Zhang Qian never reached his exact destination, his journey opened China's eyes to lands and cultures beyond its borders. Traders soon began carrying silk, a material so fine, soft, and shimmering that it became a symbol of wealth in distant empires. By the 1st century BCE, caravans of camels and horses were moving across Central Asia, carrying silk, tea, porcelain, paper, and gunpowder. From the west came precious metals, jewels, spices, glassware, and wool. The route across harsh lands. The Silk Road wasn't a single path. It was a network of routes, over 7,000 kilometers long, splitting and reconnecting like the branches of a river. It crossed the Taklamakan Desert, one of the most dangerous in the world, and climbed the towering Pamir Mountains. Travelers braved sandstorms, bandits, and extreme weather to reach their destinations. Key trade hubs flourished along the route. Cities like Samarkand, Kashgar, Bukhara, and Merv became melting pots of cultures, religions, and languages. Merchants from China, Persia, India, Arabia, and Europe met here, not only to trade goods, but also to exchange ideas and beliefs. The treasures of the East. China's silk was the most prized product, giving the route its famous name. The process of making silk was a closely guarded secret. The Chinese kept it hidden for centuries, with the penalty of death for anyone who tried to smuggle silkworms out of the empire. But silk wasn't the only treasure. China also exported tea, jade, ceramics, and lacquerware, while India contributed spices, textiles, and precious stones. The Middle East and Europe sent back gold, silver, glassware, wine, and horses. Even ideas like Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam traveled along these roads, carried by monks and missionaries. The meeting of civilizations. The Silk Road was not just about commerce, it was about connection. In cities like Samarkand and Kashgar, travelers could find Chinese silk merchants dining beside Persian scholars and Indian monks. The exchange of languages, food, music, and customs transformed these regions into cultural crossroads. It was through the Silk Road that Buddhism spread from India to China, changing East Asian philosophy and art forever. Likewise, Islamic science, mathematics, and medicine later reached Europe through these same routes, fueling the European Renaissance centuries later. Dangers and challenges. Traveling the Silk Road was a perilous journey. Caravans faced thieves, wild animals, diseases, and sandstorms. Merchants often joined in large groups for safety and carried guards or hired local tribes for protection. In some places, cities grew rich by charging tolls from passing traders. Political instability could also close sections of the route. When wars broke out between empires, trade declined sharply. The stability of great empires like the Han China, Kushan India, Persian, and Roman empires was essential for the Silk Road's prosperity. The rise of the Mongols and the golden age of trade. In the 13th century, the Silk Road reached its greatest height under the Mongol Empire. Under the leadership of Genghis Khan and his descendants, nearly all of Asia was united under one vast empire, making travel safer than ever before. This period saw the famous journeys of explorers like Marco Polo, who traveled from Venice to the court of Kublai Khan in China. Marco Polo's writings introduced Europeans to the wonders of the East, describing cities like Beijing, the grandeur of Chinese palaces, and the wealth of Asian kingdoms. The Mongols established a postal system, way stations, and patrols along the route, making it one of the most efficient trading systems in the world. The decline of the Silk Road. By the 15th century, the Silk Road began to fade. The rise of powerful maritime empires, Portugal, Spain, and later Britain, shifted global trade to the sea. Ships could carry far more goods, faster and safer than land caravans. Additionally, the collapse of the Mongol Empire and the rise of new regional conflicts made overland travel dangerous again. Eventually, the Silk Road became a shadow of its former self, a legend of a time when the world was first truly connected. The legacy of the Silk Road. Although the physical Silk Road declined, its legacy continued to shape our world. It had connected people from vastly different cultures and laid the foundation for globalization centuries before the word existed. It influenced art, architecture, religion, language, and even cuisine. Dishes like noodles, dumplings, and spices traveled across continents through this ancient highway. Even today, the modern Belt and Road Initiative, launched by China, aims to revive that old spirit of global connection, linking Asia, Africa, and Europe once again through trade and cooperation. The Silk Road reminds us that humanity has always been connected, not by borders, but by curiosity, exchange, and the desire to explore. The Silk Road was far more than a path for goods. It was a path for knowledge and friendship between civilizations. Through deserts and mountains, through danger and discovery, it connected empires, religions, and people. Even in today's modern world of airplanes and the internet, the spirit of the Silk Road still lives. In every cultural exchange, every shared discovery, and every bridge built between nations. It was truly the first World Wide Web, woven not of wires, but of roads, caravans, and dreams. Finally, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this World History Facts Hub channel.